Alrighty then, folks. This is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena limited video. The reason why I state limited is today we're going to try something different and do some sealed Zendikar Rising. Obviously, I think draft is a lot more skill intensive, obviously, than sealed, since sealed can you can pretty much be handed your deck on a gold platter, to say the least, and sometimes yeah, it does take a lot of us it does take skill to build a sealed deck, but definitely it's a lot more difficult doing it via draft, since you're able to take one card out of a pack um, um, throughout the course of the draft. But yeah, in sealed, sometimes again the deck is just laid out in front of you. But we're definitely going to do something new in case some of you want to get better at building a sealed deck. So I'm going to try to explain my thought processes and where to go. So yeah, first things first, you have to kind of pretty much know what the two color archetypes are trying to do in the set, and then you want to kind of find kind of separate your colors into piles to essentially know what your more powerful colors are. So let's just begin. Alright, Zendikar Rising Seal, let's open our packs and let's check out our rares. So any cool build arounds. Ondu Inversion is definitely very powerful. It can not only be played as a tap land, but just having the nice wrath effect is quite decent. As an alternate like emergency switch button in case you fall too far behind. Although white tend to be aggressive for the most part, and you're going to be playing a creature heavy deck. Just having the optional ability to wipe the board is quite nice. And again, you could still be like a more white controlling deck. And that's definitely possible in this set, especially white blue, which can be either the more tempo aggro version or the controlling version. So this is a great rare. Confounding Conundrum, unfortunately, is unplayable. So what does it do? It just draws your card whenever a land ETBs under your opponent's control. That player had another land enter the battlefield under their turn. They return the land they control. So no, this is not really good in this format, since if you if the opponent even gets their second land, returning a land to the opponent's hand is not going to accomplish anything, since this is really a format where um, enabling landfall constantly has huge benefits. So just giving them the option to replay their land again isn't great, and it also doesn't really slow their mana progress, since it doesn't really deal with the first land drop they play. So Confounding Conundrum definitely unplayable in this set, so that's a bad rare. But Angel of Destiny is quite powerful along with Undo Inversion. The Angel of Destiny, the downside is that if Angel of Destiny does get locked down by, for example, enchantment-based removal like Bubble Snare or whatchamacallit, Bubble Snare or Nahiri's Binding, and you don't really have any ways to get through for damage. Actually, no. Yeah, if this gets locked down by enchantment-based removal, and you're unable to attack with Angel of Destiny, then pretty much the game is going to go into some sort of weird board stall, where no one's unable to kill each other, since you're also gaining a lot of life, and whenever you deal combat damage, you're also helping the opponent gain life. So it can run into some weird situations like that, um, where it just ends up, or when it comes down to whoever decks first. So keep in mind the Angel of Destiny is a very powerful card, but if I'm gonna main deck a card like Angel of Destiny, I do maybe want some sort of enchantment removal in my deck. That being said, it's definitely incredibly powerful in the white-black Lifegain deck. That if you can find ways to drain the opponent either way, um, as another alternate win condition, this is still very good to have in the deck. But yeah, keep in mind enchantment-based removal disrupting this can definitely be a problem, since you're unable to kill the opponent, and again, they're just going to constantly gain life whenever you deal combat damage. Like, you'll definitely gain life 2 since this effect is symmetrical, but it'll just come down to decking if Angel of Destiny is unable to attack once you are at 35 life. Legion Angel, definitely very playable. Not in an exciting card, but definitely plays well with our two two powerful white rares. One mythic, one rare, of course, and this is also rare. And then Drana can give us an alternate um, decision. We can maybe end up in some sort of white-black Lifegain deck, and then Lidvala gives us an option to be in white-blue party. Obviously, in sealed, the mana fixing can be great for the most part, but not in this set. There's just not a lot of mana fixing even at common. So we'll see where we end up, but it does seem like white looks very strong here, but you never know what we have at common. Sometimes you might have your powerful mythics or rares in single color, but you just don't have enough support at common. But we'll see. There's a lot more variance in sealed, and the decision process isn't as difficult as it is in draft. So that's why I prefer draft more, but yeah, sometimes you just get handed a gold platter. Sometimes it's a lot more difficult to build a sealed deck, but overall, as long as you are good at building a sealed deck, you're going to pretty much figure out the puzzle every single time, and variance kind of dictates what you are, if your deck is going to be good or not, and there's pretty much a ceiling in terms of power level and how powerful your deck can be compared to someone else. So, gotta keep that in mind. So, looking at whites, what do we kind of have? Kai'Sa Cleric, not a big fan of it, but can be playable, especially if we have some white-black life gain synergy, where clerics can enter the battlefield and trigger life gain. It's definitely better in those archetypes, but yeah, kicking this for 4 mana can be okay if you're hyper-aggressive, but a 1 mana 1/1 flyer is nothing special, but again, can have some decent life gain synergies if you are focused on the clerics. Seagate Bannerit's fine. Double Expedition Healer, so this makes it so that it's a high chance we could just end up in some sort of life gain deck, since now we not only do we have a Kitesail Cleric, but double Expedition Healer and also Angel of Destiny in white, so this is great. Mace Elixir is pretty much unplayable, so I'm just going to click on cards that I think would definitely make the pool. So the first things first is I like to obviously separate all my colors in a single pile, and then kind of go over and thank God the AI in this in MTG Arena automatically sorts it for us, unlike MTGO where everything is just scattered around. So I like to again like sort everything to one pile, and then I would like to look through the pile to see which cards are playable and limited and which ones aren't. So Kitesail Cleric definitely playable but not exciting. Same with the Seagate Bannerets. Expedition Healer playable and pretty exciting if you can pull out, bring a bunch of clerics, so definitely going to keep it. Mace Elixir is pretty much unplayable in this set unless you need a filler 2-drop, which I don't think we're going to have a problem since we have double Expedition Healer covering that already in 2 1-drops. Shijiri's Shelter is always very exciting, nice modal dual-face card, so I'm definitely happy seeing this. And Angel Protector, a cleric, although definitely worse than the 1/4 cleric that can just constantly gain you life whenever a cleric ATBs. It has nice synergy with the Expedition Healer, and giving a creature indestructible is quite nice, so a big fan of it here. Paratactician, we might not have enough warriors to enable this, but you never know, but I'm going to put it in the deck for now since it's also a playable card. It seems like we have more clerics, but if we do pick up a few more warriors in another color, then I can see playing the Paratactician. Tazim Raptor, if we have more landfalls, synergy is definitely playable. Same with the Kabir Outrider, can be a warrior, a filler party member. Legion Angel is a warrior, but it's not really a cleric, but still either way, a 4 mana 4/3 flyer is pretty decent, so definitely a big fan of that. And then Prowling Fellbar for landfall synergies look nice. Not big fan of 2 copies of Smite the Monstrous, but 1 can be fine if we don't have enough removal. And Angel of Destiny, a powerful bomb if we have a lot of life gain synergies and we can just gain life early on. We can easily get to 35 and just win the game outright. But again, I did state that it has some drawbacks, like if it runs into enchantment-based removal and no one is able to kill the other opponent, it just comes down to decking, which can be a bit of a problem. Journey of Oblivion, always excellent removal, and then Undo Version, nice modal dual face card. So looking at white, the pool looks very strong. There's some decent landfall synergies going on, nice life gain and cleric synergies. The warrior synergies are kind of there, but not heavily supported. so a card like Paratactician is not going to be at its best in what we have for white. Even though we have a couple of warriors, like 1 and 2, I don't think is enough to support, but we'll see. White looks like a very strong option. Looking at blue, Chilling Trap can be okay if you have enough wizards, but overall the blue quality doesn't look super amazing. Rune Crab is excellent if you can get out on turn 1, so this is definitely a card I'm happy to play, especially in a Dimir deck. Zulaport Duelist only playable in Dimir, I wouldn't play it outside of that, but definitely a playable interaction spell for 1 mana. Anti-Cognition, good for the Rogues deck. So I'm going to stack all the white cards in one pile and then stack all the blue cards in another pile so this doesn't look confusing for us. Just going over through the colors, Cleric, okay, can fill out some party synergies. Confounding Conundrum is unplayable. Could play 1 copy of Deliberate, or 2 copies if I don't have enough card draw. Negate is not amazing since it's situational. Skyclave Squid is kind of filler. Field Research, more card draw. Glacial Grasp, nice rogue and mill enabler, decent disruption spell. Seafloor Stalker is kind of filler, and then Cascade Seer can fill out party roles. So blue doesn't look very exciting, definitely compared to white, it doesn't look great. But also keep in mind, even though your color, in terms of power level, isn't as amazing as one of the other colors, it can still do a lot of great work in another 2-color combination with another color. So sometimes you might have to abandon your best color just to have a more synergistic archetype going on with 2 colors, even though the color itself isn't as amazing individually without any support. So looking at blue, it looks like it has great support for like blue-black. Outside of that, it doesn't seem very good. So if the black is heavily supported with the mill synergy, the blue-black can definitely be a thing. And looking at black, Ghastly Gloomhunter is pretty solid. Definitely not amazing in the mirror, but definitely solid in the white-black Lifegain deck. Malakir Blight Priest, big fan of this in any black deck. Soul Strike, usually a copy is fine. So that's pretty decent. Demon's Disciple, again, not great in Dimir, but great with white-black Lifegain since it's also a cleric. And Edict effects usually aren't great in limited. I don't really think Rules Drag's Mucklord is playable in this set, so I'm going to count that out. Marauding Blight Priest has great synergy in the cleric's deck. Mind Drain, better in Dimir. It can gain you a bit of life, but I don't really want to rely on in black-white. So, yeah, it looks like most of our black cards play better with our white cards anyways. Blood Price, always fine to have a copy, especially if you can gain life and you might need card draw. Highborn Vampire, don't particularly find it playable, but can have party synergies. And it's not really a cleric to enable life gain, so I don't really see this high up on our list. The Mana Scare Sneak, best in Dimir, of course. So this is a consideration for blue-black. Deadly Alliance, great in any black deck. Andrana, excellent. It's a cleric, can be playable in any black deck. Excellent curve topper. So black also does look pretty solid. And most of our black cards seem to synergize better with white in the first place. So even though our blue is pretty strong, if the black rogues mill thing was heavily supported, the fact that the black wants to align better with our white pieces can mean that the blue just really isn't great at all. So I can see myself not playing blue, since white is again the more stronger color and black wants to align more with blue. So yeah, I think and the blue cards really just want to stick with black for the most part. I don't think outside of the blue, outside the blue colors, I don't think the other 2 colors, red or green, wants to align with blue for the most part. So I can see not playing blue at all. So yeah, I'm just going to move the blue cards aside. I don't think the Mana Scare Sneak is playable in black-white. So yeah, blue could have been best in blue only seems synergistic with the black cards, the black rogues synergies, but given that the black our black cares more about the life gain in clerics instead of rogues, I don't really see blue as playable. There's a Chilling Drop for wizard synergy, but it's not really that exciting. So looking at red, what do we have? We have a Sneaking Guide, find 1-drop, if fine to have 1 copy of these just to grant a little bit of evasion in the early game. Fissure Wizard can be fine filler for party synergies. Double Roll Eruption looks exciting. Not a big fan of Sizzling Barrage unless you're highly aggressive. Usually 1 copy makes the cut. And red is always going to be aggressive in this set. I think Expedition Champion, great with the Warriors. And Kazul's Fury, always decent modal dual face card. I don't find Tuk Tuk's Rebel Fort necessarily playable. Usually, if you're going to play a creature in an aggro deck, you want to at least make sure it has power. And who cares about giving a creature haste? Eventually, it will attack anyways. So Pyroclastic Hylian, decent with landfall synergies, and then there's a Coom Warrior and double Shower Skull Minotaur. So red also seems decent. It's obviously going to play better with the Warriors going on due to the double Expedition Champion. And it could have some decent landfall synergies getting the lands back with the Pyroclastic Hylians. But yeah, red looks like it's going to be aligning best with a Warriors theme going on in the other colors. So looking at the white colors, we do have a decent number of Warriors, the Seagate Banneret, Paratactician, and a Legion Angel, and the Kabira Outrider, but most of the best cards seem to be the Clerics, so I'm not sure if we want to just kind of forget about black and move into white-red, since I think most of the time we're more interested in the Clerics synergies instead of the Warrior synergies, but this could be an option looking at black. I don't think it plays along with red at all, so I can kind of count that out. Black-red is mostly trying to do the whole party synergy thing, where you're trying to have like all your party members in the two-color combination, but red looks like it's more focused on Warriors more than anything else. Although there's a Shower Skull Minotaur that wants us to play, that rewards us for different party members, it's mostly going to be a Warrior at the end of the day. So red does not look necessarily great with black. So, but it can be feasible with white. But anyways, we're going to move on to green and see what we have. Skyclave Pickaxe is unplayable. Vast with Fortification, fine. Modal dual face card. Adventure Waits is unplayable since it doesn't even find you a land, and you rather find lands. And if it had the flexibility of finding a land, it would have been better to allow splashing and landfall synergies. But it doesn't even do that. Might of Marasa, find combat trick if you need one. Rabbit Bite, find removal spell. Kalai Ambush is exciting. Marasa Brutes, not a big fan of this unless you're enabling parring synergies, but one copy can be okay. Scale the Heights can let you ramp, helps you with black +1/+1 counters. Territorial Scythe Cat is great. Spring Mantle Cleric is playable but unexciting. Same with the Timber Aesthetic. So green doesn't look particularly deep at all. There's like one interaction spell, and then everything else is just kind of like whatever. It looks like green is more focused on party synergies more than anything else. And I think the best green card is like Rabbit Bite, the Colony Ambush, and Territorial Scythe Cat. And even then, none of the green creatures are particularly large. Most of them, in fact, and most of the other creatures in our colors aren't particularly large. That the Colony Ambush is great. So yeah, I don't think green is necessarily playable here. So I think I'm just going to move green out of the way as well. So yeah, looking at our seal pool, it looks like most the Grixis color, I mean not the Grixis, the Mardu colors are the one that's well supported. Looking at the uncommon colors, we do have a Linvala, which is pretty strong. However, given that blue is more focused on rogues, and we don't really have a diverse party option, and blue really only wants to pair with black, I don't think Linvala is reasonable. And also, the mana fixing is really terrible in this set, so I don't see myself splashing blue, so I guess Linvala isn't going to make the cut. However, Clerics of Light Spawn is pretty exciting, so it makes us more of an incentive to be in the white-black a Lifegain Clerics deck, since it seems like black wants to pair mostly with white with what we currently have, more than red. So yeah, this does make it more exciting to be in white-black Lifegain. And then Moss Pit Skeleton, green is pretty largely unplayable, and most of our black cards don't care too much about the +1/+1 counter synergy, so I don't see myself playing the Moss Pit Skeleton. And then for the artifact, it's only feasible. This card's only feasible in like a kicker deck or black-green, where you can put a counter onto this to attack right away. So I don't think we're going to be playing a Skyclave Sentinel, since it doesn't really reward us with any synergy. And the base camp, not really an amazing way to splash for mana, since it's a land that only taps for colorless. And then the only color you can the only way you can actually use this to play like a third color is to the only way you can enable this to spend for a third color is to basically splash for like a creature card, so you can't really splash any instances of sorceries or enchantments or any non-creature spells. So I don't see myself playing base camp for a Linvala, but it's definitely possible. But this being the only mana fixer, definitely isn't good at all to kind of hard splash from Linvala. So I think we're going to mostly stay with 2 colors. And given the fact that white seems more interested in the cleric synergy over the warrior synergy, I think we're going to just stick with white-black for the most part. Red definitely could have been fine, but yeah, we could have been maybe like white-red warriors. But with double expedition healer, Angel of Destiny, and what else do we have? Angel Protector and Kitestell Cleric. I think we want to lean more towards the Cleric's plan, and we even have the uncommon Cleric of Life Spawn. So it seems like the pool wants us to be playing white-black Lifegain for the most part. So I'm quite happy that we kind of found our 2 colors. So yeah, usually you kind of just want to find your 2 colors that not only are the most powerful in your sealed pool, but also synergizes the best together. And in this case, we kind of find our answer. So I'm actually quite happy playing the Kitestell Cleric in this deck. Even though 1-man 1/1 flyer isn't amazing, it can trigger Cleric synergies, which is great. CK Banneret can be a fine pump spell. It might just be... It's not really a Cleric, but just having a nice Anthem effect in the late game is nice. So I can kind of sort a pile. Sugeri's Shelter can also be a nice spell that we can use, or a nice land. And it seems like we kind of round up 43 cards, so just a few cuts, and this deck is good. Angel Power Protector, decent Cleric. Nice 3-drop for the deck. Paratactician, we might not necessarily need it, although we do have the Seagate Banneret and Legion Angel as our warrior cards. I don't necessarily find it too impactful that this even gains encounter, since a 3-mana 3/2 that becomes a 4/3 can still trades down. So I can see cutting the Paratactician since it doesn't look great. Tazim Raptor is actually pretty decent in this deck too, since it can bounce back like the Sugeri's Shelter or Ondu Inversion if we play it early, and put it back in our hand, and it also enables better landfall for Prowling Feldars, which is a fine 4-drop. So I can actually see a bit of a landfall synergy in this deck, since Prowling Feldar is a pretty nice landfall creature to have. So I could actually see myself playing 2 copies of Tazim Raptor, and either way, it's an evasive threat. Kabira Outrider might not be able to make it in the cut. It's a warrior, which we don't care too much about, and I don't think we're focusing too heavily on the diverse party theme to even make this amazing. So I can see cutting this. Smite the Monstrous might not be great, but it's interaction and removal if we need any. Looking at our white-black pool, we have Journey of Oblivion as a removal spell. Subtle Strike maybe as a removal spell, but it's not really reliable since it's only -1/-1. And a Deadly Alliance, so I could actually see myself main decking Smite the Monstrous in this pool since we're kind of lacking removal. And Angel of Destiny is always great, it's a Cleric. But gotta keep in mind, if we get locked down by enchantment-based removal, that can be a problem, so we might have to find some other alternate win condition to beat the opponent with, like maybe draining them with the Marauding Blight Priest. But I can see a game where I can see a reason not having Angel of Destiny, but I think it's just too powerful here. And Legion Angel is just a fine flyer at 4, even though it's a warrior that doesn't have any Cleric synergy. Just a 4-mana 4/3 flyer can beat down pretty hard. So I'd like having a copy of Legion Angel in this deck. Ghastly Gloomhunter, pretty solid since it can enable life gain synergies to grow our Cleric, and also gets us closer to 35 life for the Angel of Destiny to allow us to swing out and win the game. Marker Blood Priest, also Cleric, can drain the opponent a bit, so I also like that as an excellent 2-drop. And Demon's Disciple, not an amazing Cleric, but it can have its moments. I guess it's not even that great since the opponent will just sacrifice their weakest creature, so I can actually see this on the cutting block as well. The Blight Priest, pretty excellent if we need some other alternate win condition of draining them out. And Drana is always a broken card, so this seems great. And also, we don't have a lot of card draw, so I can see myself playing the Blood Price here. And then we also have enough life gain to accumulate more life back again, so we don't have to worry about losing the 2 life. So these are cards I can see cutting. However, we do have some Moldov dual face cards, so we can cut some lands. Ondu Inversion will mostly come in as a land tapped, I think. The board wipe will be more useful in the late game, where we can bounce it back with a Tazim Raptor. So I can actually see this being a land, so I can maybe just cut a plains. So like 2 more cuts here. Sejiri's Shelter I'd rather have as a spell to keep up, since it can give protection for our Angel of Destiny in case it runs into some sort of removal or enchantment-based removal, so the game doesn't drag out long. So I like having Sejiri's Shelter mostly as a spell, but I can see this also being played as a land, but I think it's better off to just keep it as a spell side. So yeah, I guess how many lands are we looking at? I think we're going to be running 17 lands. The reason why is that we have a mana sink with Seagate Banneret. Kitesail Cleric is mostly going to be kicked on 4, I think, or even just played out as a 1-drop, but it's better to kick it on 4 since we're kind of lacking removal. So I can see this be a turn 4 1-mana 1/1. I know unexciting, but still reasonable. The Prowling Felidars are nice since they can grow over time. Legion Angel's a nice flyer, Angel of Destiny and Drana, so this looks really good. But yeah, in terms of our mana base is kind of intensive, but it's not very like intensive. I guess we also have Deadly Alliance, which is pretty expensive. I think Deadly Alliance is mostly going to be a 4-drop since we don't really have too much of a diverse party. I guess Ghastly Gloomhunter is a 6-drop since we're mostly interested in kicking that instead. So this is a 5-mana pumps trick. Yeah, we don't really have a diverse party where we have like 2 warriors and mostly clerics. So Deadly Alliance and Journey into Oblivion will mostly be turn 4 removal spells. Same with Smite the Monstrous. So I think 17 lands is correct since I'm mostly happy kicking this on turn 6. Although in a deck like this, I wouldn't mind just playing this on turn 2 just to grow the Cleric or the Marauding Priest. So I can see it actually being reasonable just to playing this as a 2-drop. Same with Kitesail, it can also just be a 1-drop and just be a 2-drop. So I guess it could be reasonable to just go maybe even just 16 lands. Although again, we do have some clunky removal spells at 4. We don't have a ton of mana sinks besides Seagate Banneret. This is getting kicked on 6, but it's not really a mana sink. Yeah, given the fact that we don't have too much mana sinks, I can actually see myself going down even further and going 16 lands, and then maybe we can just cut one of these cards here. I don't think we need Kabera Outrider, given that, again, we don't have a diverse focused party synergy, and it's just like a random 4-mana 3/3 isn't very exciting, so I can just see myself cutting the Kabera Outrider. Demon's Disciple is at least a cleric, and we can always just sacrifice itself when it enters the battlefield. It can trigger the Cleric of Life spawn. Paratactician also doesn't seem very exciting though in this deck, so I can still see maybe just cutting this and adding an extra land, perhaps, just to make it more safe that we can hit our land drops and get to turn 4 for our Prowling Felidars. So even though we don't have a non-mana sinks, we have a bunch of stuff on 4, so it makes it more likely that I just want to just play 17 lands in this deck anyways. Like, a 3-mana 3/2 is not exciting, and again, we just don't have too many warriors to kind of even enable this with a +1/+1 counter. And even then, if we do have the warriors, I don't really want to attack with a Seagate Banneret for the most part. So yeah, I think I can just cut the Paratactician, and maybe we just do play 17 lands in the first place. Looking at the mana base, it seems like we're slightly favoring white, so maybe we can just go like 9/8 for the most part. And we do have some early black creatures to play. We need double black to play Drana, double black to kick the Ghastly Gloomhunter. So yeah, I could see myself just going 9/8 for the most part. And then, let's see here. Yeah, I think this is going to be mostly a 6-drop. Or a 2-drop. I mean, it's pretty diverse. I don't know. I like the 3s. These are looking good. These are mostly going to be play on 4. I mean, these are interaction spells, so they're kind of optional, but they're mostly going to be sometimes played on 4 with this curve. So yeah, I think 17 lands is reasonable here. And even though we're mostly focused on white, let's see how much double white we have. Got to keep that in mind. This is maybe double white. This is maybe double white, although it's just going to be played out on turn 1, so maybe I don't need to include that. I mean, we also don't have a lot of double. I guess Legion Angel's double white, and save Angel of Destiny. So yeah, 9/8 seems good. Let's try this deck out. And then our picture should just be Angel of Destiny, obviously. And then again, I do want to hopefully just play out the Angel of Destiny and hope it doesn't get answered by like an enchantment-based removal. So like if I have so it makes it more likely I want to keep Sejiri's Shelter as a spell in my hand to protect the Angel of Destiny in the deck. So it's not going to count as a land, but it's still optional, which is the reason why modal dual face cards are really good. Double face, dual face. I keep saying dual faced, but I think the correct term is double faced. So yep, I think this is how the deck is going to operate. I'm just going to take a quick snapshot. I think this is going to be a 4-drop for the most part. Nah, 4-mana 1/1 is not exciting, but I mean, I guess tapping 2 creatures is pretty exciting. So I guess the deck is kind of something like this. Yeah, this is how the curve I think is going to mostly be like. And then I'm just going to have to take a picture for maybe the thumbnail purposes. And then yeah, let's go. I guess we can also wipe the board of Ondu Inversion later if we get outclassed or something. But yeah, let's fire off the sealed. And I think we're in the correct archetype. So this is an example of a limited pool that it's pretty much kind of handing us the deck already. So it just kind of pretty much built itself, since all the other colors, blue, green, and were just not very playable at all. Red could have been playable, but it was better just to have a white-black synergy, since we have a better white bombs than red. So okay, opening hand. Let's see what we have. Seagate Banner on 1, Expedition Healer on 2. Yeah, doesn't seem bad, and Blight Priest can help us refuel. We might even cast Smite the Monstrous if the opponent is playing large creatures. So this seems fine. Opponent's playing blue, okay. It's always scary to see turn 1 Crab, and then they start milling us. So blue-black, so Demir Rogues. Okay, a triple Nimble Trap Finder I don't really care too much about. I can definitely offer to trade here. Since, I mean, might just gain unblockable next turn anyways. So let's just move to tax. I'm totally happy with the trade, because I don't really care about this Anthem effect either way. And the Nimble Trap Fighter can be pretty annoying, since it's not only a rogue that can have rogue synergy, but he can just make it unblockable every turn by playing more rogues. So this is good. I might run into the 3-mana 2/1 Flash Flying, so the question is, do I attack? Is it bad to trade this off? I guess it's not bad. Like, I do lose a little bit of life, but, you know, if he has a Flash Flyer, that's fine. The trade is fine, but if he doesn't, I still get him for 2. Cascade Seer, okay. So I'm probably just going to Blood Price next turn, lose a bit of life, take 3, go down to 15. And then hopefully I can play out Drana to start stabilizing again. Yep, and I have 5 lands for Drana, so no need to play the Ondu Inversion, just keep it as a spell, and we're just going to Blood Price here. And then what do we want? There's a Ghastly Gloomhunter that's pretty nice for turn 6, and a Legion Angel which can fly. I think next turn we're just going to play out the Drana, and then Malachor Blood Priest seems kind of medium, since we're going to only mostly have Clerics on the battlefield, and it's going to drain for 1. Angel Heart Protector can be okay, like maybe it can serve as a ground creature to trade off for the 3/3. But overall, like, either way, even if we play out the Angel Protector, we don't really have a good double spell. So I think the correct choice is Gloomhunter and Legion Angel, just to have some nice top-end threats. And they can also fly over and do some damage, so let's just stay back, take 3, go down to 15, and then maybe play out Drana. I could also just bait with the Legion Angel, in fact. That can also be a reasonable play. In case he has a removal, like if he kills with my Legion, if he deals my Legion Angel, I can at least maybe get back with Drana, so that could just be the play next turn. However, curving out with Drana will allow us to get a nice lifelink hit in to gain a little bit of life back, so probably no blocks. I can also be kind of greedy and then wait until turn 7 to just blow the opponent up with an Ondu Inversion. Okay, so the opponent doesn't have Counterspell up. Well, the Prowling Feldar is quite kind of interesting here. It does hold off the 3/3 quite nicely, and it does also have some nice... it can also gain like a counter, and if I'm going to play a landfall creature, I do want to kind of start that pretty early. So I could actually just take the turn off from playing Drana and gaining 2 life, and instead play out the Prowling Feldar instead. But if I do play out the Prowling Feldar, I guess he's just going to mostly keep the 3/3 back, and I won't be able to get in for 2 points of life gain. So it is kind of interesting to note what I want to do here. Legion Angel doesn't seem to accomplish much. So now what? Yeah, I guess I'll do the Prowling Feldar. Let's just start with this early. And 1 mana isn't enough for counterspell, so this is fine. And I could just play out a land here, trigger landfall, and attack for 2. And he wants to trade for the ground creature and draw a card, that's fine. This is going to hold off the 3/3 quite nicely, unless he has an interaction spell. In that case, I'll be taking 6, but then I can just play out Drana and gain some life again. If he blocks this, that's good for me, since he'll be trading down. And then, I know he just wants to maybe do this to just draw a card, but that's still fine. He could have a Wizard's Grasp here, giving -4, -0. Okay, a Duelist. So he has that instead. Okay, just mills a bunch of lands. So this could be a matchup where I might just cast the Ondu Inversion on turn 7. So I could just start taking 3 here. Yeah, maybe this is the matchup for it. But might just save Smite the Monstrous for Drana anyways. And yeah, we're close to it. So I think I just play land here, and then I'm fine. I could just attack, and if he double blocks here, I can just use Smite the Monstrous on the 4/4 to punish him, so I don't hate that. So this makes it more likely that he double blocks and offers up Drana. I think I'm happy with this decision, because if I use Smite on Drana, I'll just do it now. So he doesn't get back his creatures with +1/+1 counters, and we're just going to pass. Maybe take 3. I could have been more greedy and wait until we can cast like Ondu Inversion to wipe the board, but I think this is still fine. And if he locks this down and attacks, then it makes it more likely that I'm just going to play the Ondu Inversion next turn. Hopefully, if I top deck a land to blow everything up. So this can also go into the graveyard, and Drana can eventually get back too. So we'll see. Into the Royal. Okay, so I'm going to take 6. So if I top deck a land, that's great. If not, I might have to offer up something for a trade. So now what? I guess this is 8 mana, so I might not have enough. I guess I don't mind just kicking a Ghastly Gloomhunter. However, if he does disrupt it, that's going to be a problem. So maybe I need to just 4-drop into 2-drop here and maybe offer a trade. Or just take 3 in the air. It's kind of difficult. Or I can just play out Drana, but if it gets disrupted, that's a problem. I guess I could maybe offer the Legion Angel for a trade, and then play the 2/2 Lifelinker. And then... Actually, there's just no good blocks in general, so... I could offer the Prowling Feldar and the Expedition Healer and offer like a double block. If he has Disruption, I guess we're going to be bouncing. Yeah, I guess I won't be playing this Ondu Inversion anytime soon, so... I don't know here. This could be a little bit difficult. Yeah, maybe I just have to play this tapped, as much as I hate it. It might have been our only way out, but I think I have to do this. Take 3 in the air, and hopefully, maybe we can play out Drana next turn and gain some life, or at least, like, kick the Ghastly Gloomhunter. Yeah, it's just too much mana to use this, now that I think about it. I thought this was 7 mana, but realized it was 8, so we're probably not going to get lucky enough to get a board wipe going. Yeah, I guess I'll just ditch these 2 cards, and then hopefully Drana survives, and I can reanimate one of them next turn. Take 3. I could also just attack with the Expedition Healer to gain some life and lose it, in case I'm afraid of dying, and I can maybe go up to 4 instead. Okay, Shijiri's Shelter. I guess that can protect Drana, so I don't hate that. Yeah, I'll just play out Drana. If he uses an interaction spell, I should be able to stabilize. Let's just attack him for 3. And then if he uses a bounce spell end of turn, I'll just protect it. Let's have him use it here. And we'll just give it protection. Opponent also seems to have a pretty decent blue-black, like, mill deck. Definitely blocking here. If he tries to do something, I'm going to use a Shijiri's Shelter, so let's kind of blow him out if we can. Might use like a Subtle Strike. I guess he's just going to use this to draw a card, which I'm totally fine with, since it gets rid of the extra blocker. And if he tries a Subtle Strike, I'm just going to Shelter here and totally blow him out. Okay. So giving him Pro Black is solid, and then I guess I'll keep everyone back on defense. And I still have the 2/2 Lifelinker to chump block, so I think I could just play the land out, but either way he was just going to double block my Prowling Feldar, so I think this is fine. And then we'll just play the land second main, since I don't plan on attacking the Prowling Feldar either way, so this is good. Any of these creatures that he gets back isn't good for him, so even if he gets back the Seagate Banneret, I can just pump the whole team next turn. So quite happy that I had the Shelter in my hand. So I got another Lifelinker here. Hopefully he doesn't have some sort of flyer that can punish me, but I'm definitely going to play the land out here. And eventually I can Alpha next turn, hopefully, with the 3/3 to gain me life and the 4/4 and then the 4/5. So we're in decent shape, and there's really no damage space removal in black or I mean, yeah, there's no unless he has like 2 Mind Drains in a row. I don't think he can really do 2 damage to me here. The only way I think he can get across is with like a flyer or like 2 removal spells, and I'm forced to block. Okay, he's just gonna get back Drana, but this is gonna be a little bit too slow for him, I think. Tazim Raptor is nice, so now I can bounce back the land and maybe like even play it. Yeah, I guess I'm down for that. Do I really need to main phase this though? Let's see, if I attack with Drawn and the 3/3, he's going to trade for the 3/3. He's just going to bring back maybe a Seagate Banneret. I don't really hate the double block on the Prowling Feldar, but I think we still play the Tazim Raptor here. Bring back the Undoing version. Question is, do I just play it out just to grow the Feldar? He's probably most likely going to double block, but I think he needs to like deal with my 3/3 Lifelinker. So I think it's fine just attacking with these 3, and if he wants to double block the 4/5, that's fine. The 3/3 is just going to get him for life, and then he won't be able to block it profitably, so this is good. And this can be a nice emergency button in case the opponent tries something here. Probably has Into the Royal, I think. Shilling Trap. Okay, so he's going to double block the 0/5 and draw a card. But we get him for 7, which is nice. And then I guess we could have also pumped the Seagate Banneret. But yeah, okay, I guess Prowling Feldar dies, but we still deal a bunch of damage to him. And we can eventually just get back to Prowling Feldar anyways. So this is quite good, and then I guess we can just pass the turn. And then we also have the Seagate Banneret to pump Drana in case he just he plays his own and tries to offer some sort of block. Okay, Drana. Okay. I guess I don't mind just alphaing next turn, and then unless he has a way to disrupt my own Drana, I don't think he can do anything here. Ooh, even the Angel of Destiny. Do I want to play it though? I'm at 5 life, so it doesn't seem great. I think I don't mind just attacking and pumping the whole team. So let's just do that instead. And then he's also forced to bring a creature pre-combat back to the battlefield. Hoping he just doesn't have any more interaction here. But he does. Okay, I can still pump the team. So I guess it's not the end of the world. This is still going to gain 1 toughness, so it's not going to die. So if he attacks, I can bring back the Zulaport Duelist, which is just going to mill me for 2. So it's not really that scary here. And this pump is nice since I can also save Drana and then the 0/1. So I think the opponent forgot about that. And we still got him for 2, which is good. And then, do I want to play out this Ondu version? Not really. I mean, I could just use it to grow the Feldar, but I might need a board wipe maybe if something bad happens. Yeah, I don't think he can deal like 8 damage to me out of nowhere. And if he attacks, I'm just going to bring back his Zulaport Duelist, which isn't even that great at blocking. It's just going to come in back as a 2-2 that's going to mill me for 2. And he's still forced to stay back here, otherwise I think he's just going to die. I guess he can chump block my 3-1. Yeah, let's just bring back the Zulaport Duelist. He mills me, but I don't care. It's not like the opponent has any amazing mill payoffs in this type of deck, so... So, as long as one of my flyers get through, we're good. And again, we have access to the Seagate Banneret to pump the whole team next turn. And we're just going to gain life and just, like, outvalue the opponent. So do I want to play Prowling Feldar? Probably not, because I'd rather pump the whole team. So if that's the case, I'd rather just play this out as a tapped land, since I don't plan on destroying my own board anytime soon. And then this also pumps the Prowling Feldar. And then we can move to combat, attack with all, and then pump the whole team. And then he's forced to also bring something back here, which is good for me. If he brings back the Demon Disciple, I'm just going to sacrifice the demon itself. Okay, Legion Angel. Jeez. Don't need to reveal. What does this do? You may reveal a card you know from outside the games. Yeah, I don't have 2 copies. There's no way. Opponent's at 3 life, so he doesn't really have any good blocks to make. And I also have a bunch of life gain going. I can pump the team with the Seagate Bannerets. So life is good. Sure, I don't think I care about that. I think his only game plan might be just to deck me here. But even then, I just have a board full of threats that he needs to contend with. He can chump block my flyers, gain a bit of card draw, but I do have good attacks. I guess he might not have enough blockers since all my creatures are going to be at 3 power, so I think it's just game over here, no matter what he blocks. Yeah, it's just game over since the Seagate Banneret is just going to pump itself. Yeah, just no good blocks, so GG's. But opponent did seem to have a pretty decent Dimir pool with the mill going on and Drana. But overall, it was just really very defensive oriented, so it was hard to kind of just close out the game, essentially, but we still got there. Okay, let's keep playing. Okay, we don't have black mana. We're on the draw. I can still play the Tajiri Shelter tapped and then get it back for the Tazim Raptor. Not the most exciting hand. Still keepable, but if we don't get black mana going, it's going to be problematic. It also is not really synergistic. But yeah, I don't really want to mulligan. Let's just keep. I guess I don't even need to play this, given I have so many planes already, so I'm just going to play the plane and pass. And hopefully in 2 turns I can maybe get a black source. Okay. Maybe I'll just play out the Tazim Raptor without getting a land. And Chlor Celebrant can be quite scary, especially in Black-White Lifegain. So hopefully we don't face against that. And okay, Swamp is good. So I can play out the Marauding Blight Priest. I can attack next turn and maybe Subtle Strike away the 1/4 if he decides to block. It's also Party for Deadly Alliance. Okay, Journey to Oblivion. Not the end of the world. I mean, he could have used it on something better, so I'm quite happy he used it already. Would have been great if I could have untapped it, but yeah, I think this turn we just play out the Swamp. And I think I'm just fine playing out the Raptor without getting anything back. So, yeah, let's just do it. Just to have an evasive threat that can clock him over time. Take 2 or 3. The question is, do I play out Drana or do I keep up my tricks? I mean, if he answers Drana, that's going to be a problem, but I still think I do. And I'm fine swinging for 2, even though if he kills Drana and attack me for like 1 extra, I don't think it's a big deal. And then hopefully I can untap and keep up my shelter. Okay, that's good. Ondu Inversion is great. I think I'm just going to attack with both for 6, and he can try to race me, and I have my removal spells at instant speed. Don't have anything back to get back from the graveyard, but this is still fine. Yeah, we'll just stay back. Opponent's just drafting mono white, I think. So white-black life gain. Do I just use a Deadly Alliance here? I'll be taking 4. I can swing back for 6. I don't mind just preventing some damage. Could run into Shelter here. Actually, I could just take it and save it for something else until end of turn. Yeah, let's just do that. I don't really see a high incentive to kill the Kabira Outrider. We should be able to outrace him even if he's attacking us 3 per turn. Do I just do it now? It's pretty mana efficient. And also didn't seem like he had anything else to do, so I think we kill it. He could have his own shelter, but that's fine. I'm just preventing some damage, and I can just keep swinging him for 6. He could also just gain a bunch of life over time. I guess I can journey away his own journey here, so that's quite decent. And I can get rid of his own journey, bring back the Blight Priest. And then I can also keep up the Subtle Strike in case he wants to block the 1/3. That's really annoying. Okay, now he can get rid of my Drana. Darn it. Main deck disenchant. Now, yeah, he can get rid of my Drana, which is quite annoying. Alright. I guess I can eventually cast the Ondu Inversion, blow everything up, and get back Drana, and then swing with Drana, so the game is still going, so it's not over yet. Hopefully the opponent just doesn't play some big bomb flyer that I can't deal with. His own Marauding Blight Priest, that's even more annoying, okay. And he can also drain me now, so I might need to wipe the board. So let's see, I can keep swinging for 2, hopefully I can get to land 8 to wipe the board, or I just kick a Ghastly Gloom Hunter and try to stabilize. And I'm fine still attacking for 2, save the Ondu Inversion in case something happens. And yeah, I have some flyers that are gaining life, so even if he keeps draining me, I should be able to just maybe stabilize here. Well, double Marauding Blight Priest, that's pretty difficult to deal with. Okay. But at least I have the flyer. Ooh, Emiria Captain. Okay, that's not really good for me, but I could still attack past it and use the Subtle Strike, so it's not the end of the world. And I have my own Malakir Blood Priest. Let's just attack with both, and if he tries something, I'm just going to use the Subtle Strike. If I attack with 2/2, it does telegraph that I have a Subtle Strike. So he might just take it here and swing back for 3. I'm hoping he blocks, so that's good. So I always like a copy of one of these Subtle Strikes since they can do a lot of work in a deck like this. Yeah, and I guess I can just play out the Blight Priest now, since I do have flyers to close out the game, even if he's gaining a little bit of life and draining me per turn. And then this is a last resort button in case he kills all my flyers and plays out the big flyer, since I can also destroy the journey. I don't think I need to play out Angel of Destiny here. Like, I'm not really looking to gain 1,000,000 life, so just looking to close out the game. And then this is lethal since the Blight Priest will also trigger here, so yep, easy game. Opponent had a pretty decent style for a white-black Lifegain deck, especially double Marauding Priest and the Core Celebrant, so quite happy I got that one too. Okay, so Clerics of Life spawn, Ghastly Gloom Hunter. This could be a game where I just play the Gloom Hunter on turn 2 and start chipping away at his life to grow the Cleric. Or, I guess I'd rather just play the Cleric first and then play out the Expedition Healer. Alright, so now what? I guess I'll play the Cleric first, and hopefully I don't run into a Rabid Bite. If I want to play around Rabid Bite, I can maybe play the Expedition Healer first. But yeah, Cleric is a little bit more tempting, since if I play the Cleric out next turn, it automatically becomes a 3-3. If he has a Bite, that's going to suck, but what can you do? Yep, and there we go. So now I'm going to offer the Expedition Healer as a trade maybe next turn. And then hopefully we can get our double white going for the Legion Angel. I could have actually just played the Shigeri Shelter instead, so I can, like, guarantee I get a turn 4 Legion Angel, so maybe that wasn't smart. So hopefully I don't get punished and I can top deck a land next turn to maybe at least just Blood Price. Is there a reason to trade this? I mean, it's a pretty annoying card and I don't have a Cleric, so I guess I trade. Okay, so yep, on curve. That's why I'm a pro gamer. Opponent splashing for white, maybe for some sort of white removal like Journey. Next turn I'll probably just main phase of Blood Price. And maybe hope I can kick a Ghastly Gloom Hunter. Or I just attack first and see what happens. Maybe that's just better. There's a chance he's holding up removal, but he just passes the turn. That's kind of interesting how he just passes the turn. I guess he's waiting for me to, like, end the turn so he can use, like, the Deadly Alliance on me. In that case, would I rather just play the Blight Priest? But I don't have 2 mana to keep up something, so I guess I'll just Blood Price main phase. He can kill my Angel, and I can just get back a Deadly Alliance. And I think I'm happy just getting a land or the Prowling Felidar here. So what we're going to do, if we get the land, it gets us closer to kicking the Gloom Hunter. Prowling Felidar can maybe get us another threat. I guess if he kills the Angel, I need the Deadly Alliance to cast a removal spell for 5 mana, so I think we take the land here and Deadly Alliance. And then now we can play a land here, and he might have a removal spell here end of turn, but he doesn't. So he passes a whole turn doing absolutely nothing. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he just can't cast anything, or I don't know. That was a little bit odd. Kicked Gloom Hunter makes sense. I'm quite happy attacking first, and if he wants to block, we can just use the Shelter or Subtle Strike. So I'm going to make him block here maybe, and he doesn't fall for it, so guess I'd rather just Journey since this is instant speed, or maybe instant speed is just better. I guess a Journey can also answer non-land permanents, so I'm going to take a risk and just use a Deadly Alliance here to kill this. Since if he has some sort of enchantment-based removal, I'd rather just use a Journey on that. It's a little bit slower, and the instant speed is a little bit more important, but sometimes more important, but this can give us a little bit more flexibility. I don't really care about this, so I'm not going to use a Journey on it. I'm quite happy to just keep up all my other spells next turn. Predation, pretty annoying, since now he can take out my Journey, but he knows I have Shelter, which I'm definitely going to keep up here. So black-green +1/+1 counters, but he doesn't have a... But this doesn't really have great synergy in his deck, so... He's probably just going to take the Journey since it's the scariest card. Now, I can either play out land and kick the Gloom Hunter, or I can play out the Marauding Blight Priest, keep up Surgery Shelter. I think I'm happy just having another flying threat here, so... We should be ahead in this race. I don't worry. I don't care if he kills my Angel. The 3/3 is just another threat that I think he'd rather just kill, because it's going to gain me life, but this is a 2-turn clock with the Angel, so either way, I don't think he's in any good shape. Rabbit Bite here, maybe killing one of my flyers, okay. But he still needs to deal with the second one. Sure. Next turn I play out a Blight Priest, attack for 3. And then I can drain him as well, so that's pretty good. And then I can keep up all my combat tricks and everything, so in case he tries to deal with the Gloom Hunter, I have protection, so this is good. So this is still a 2-turn clock, and then the Shelter is really nice, since it's going to be pretty difficult to deal with my Gloom Hunter, since I can give it protection. So Shelter doing a lot of work in this game, definitely a huge, powerful card, a great overperformer in this deck. Kindly take 3, I'm not going to die anytime soon, so it's not reasonable to block in this scenario. Blood Priest. I guess Blood Priest keeps him alive. But I don't really want to Shigeri Shelter end of turn because he could keep up like an Alliance here. Not an Alliance, but he could keep up, yeah, Deadly Alliance, so I might just main phase it instead. Scythe Cats, okay. Yeah, I don't think he has a 2-mana removal spell that can deal with my 3/3 flyer, so I guess I'm just going to Subtle Strike. Yeah, we're just going to put -1 counter here, and we're just going to put a +1/+1 counter here, I think, so we can attack past the 2/1 and force him to chump. Yeah, definitely don't see the opponent beating us here. Could have his own Subtle Strike, but that's not going to win him the game. And I could just actually just play out this Demon's Disciple, forcing him to sack his 3/4 as well. And then we'll just say go, keep up Shigeri's Shelter. This should be game over here. Yep. Okay, 3-0. Let's keep playing. Should be enough to fire off another Lair of Behemoths draft once we gain 150 gold. Okay, opening hand, decent curve, 1-drop in the Cleric Life Spawn, and then Let's see. I could take the risk and just play out the Shajari Shelter tap since the Tazim Raptor can get back. So I'm not opposed to that, but still, I do need to kind of get the land 4 for the Prowling Feldar. So I could still risk it and just play out the Seagate Bannerets and maybe take a turn off if I don't get a third land drop. So I think I'm just fine getting in for with the Seagates, and usually 1 damage is pretty solid. So he's going to start milling me. Okay, Subtle Strike is perfect. I could just use Subtle Strike now. Yeah, I guess we just go for it. And this will allow me to get in for 2. So this becomes a real threat now, and then if we don't get our land drop, we can still play Cleric and play the Sujeri Shelter tapped. So I like the results of this. And yeah, let's move to combat. And I'll try to play out the Cleric here. Could get countered by an Anti-Cognition, didn't. So now we're just going to play this tapped, because we're really missing our land drops. Land would be pretty nice since I can play out the Prowling Feldar next turn, and then I can use Tazim Raptor to hopefully get back to Shelter. So land is good, so I think we're just going to play land into Prowling Feldar, and then next turn we can maybe Tazim Raptor, get back to Shelter or something. And we can still get in for 2 here since he can only block 1 creature. Gotta keep in mind that white and black have a lot of enchantment-based removal, so I might not curve out with the Angel of Destiny, and maybe wait until I get 2 more lands, so I can play this like with 7 mana. Okay, so land is good. Yeah, let's just play the land here. And I guess I don't mind attacking since I have the pump trick going. Opponent doesn't do anything, so I guess I'll just pump. Or so how much damage is this if I pump? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's a lot of damage. Alternatively, I can play out the Tazim Raptor. I mean, you could have an interaction spell here, so I guess I just let damage happen to play it safe, and then I can bounce back and get back my Shelter, which I can keep up. So the Tazim Raptor giving us a lot of flexibility here. So this can protect my creatures while the opponent is absolutely doing nothing. And since he has a low life total, maybe Angel of Destiny is not going to be useful for me to cast this game. So I'd rather just keep beating down with my ground creatures here. Another Tazim Raptor. So if I play out the Shelter tapped, and I bounce with the Tazim Raptor, I don't know, let's just attack here, I think. He's just going to block the 3-4, but I'm going to get him with a lot of damage, and I can also give protection here. Living Tempest, okay, so I'm happy that I kept up the Shajari Shelter. And eventually I can have enough lands to pump the whole team. So this is fine. Alternatively, I could maybe let this resolve. Actually, I already cast it, so I think this has to happen either way. Yeah, I don't have a choice. I have to give protection here, so... Hopefully the opponent just doesn't play a million creatures and gain a million life. And then I can try to make some interesting decisions on how I want to attack next turn. Should have thought about this card since it's going to be pretty annoying. Okay, he's just going to do that. Just stay back, I think. Yeah, let's just replay everything, play out the Feldar, play out the land tapped, and then we should have enough to maybe pump the team next turn to get in for a nice attack. So I don't think I'm going to get to 35 life soon, so I don't think I need to play out the Angel of Destiny. I can just still play out the Tazim Raptor next turn, get back a land, replay it, trigger landfall, and maybe set up a turn with the Seagate to pump the whole team instead. Since a 3-2 can block my 2-2 here, it's going to be pretty difficult to maybe get in a good attack without this dying. Same with the other Tazim Raptor. Like, if I attack with all, he could just put this in front of this, this in front of, I mean, this in front of this in front of this, and I can maybe get in for, like, 2 damage or 3. Okay, low Mage's domination, so that's not the worst. So I guess I could just play out the Angel of Destiny and win that way. Since the Tazim Raptor isn't going to do much for us, yeah, I think I just go for it now. And since I have an Ondu Inversion in the deck, I think I'm going to start playing out my lands. So I am helping the opponent gain life, but if I can get to 35, I guess I win. I don't know. This was a weird play. I mean, either way, I didn't see myself. I can't really see myself getting past this wall of ground blockers, so. I can still attack with the Angel here. We're both going to gain a bunch of life, and I can still pump the team. So I think I'm going to attack with the Angel. Do I pump? So I can get in for 6 and gain like, I can go up to 27, or I can develop the board, and then he can still pump his C4 Stalker and get in for a bunch of damage. Either way, I don't think developing the Tazim Raptor will do much, so I think I'm going to pump here. And then he might have Into the Royal here. Okay. I guess he still stays at 4. Okay. And then eventually I can get to 35 and just win the game, I think. So I might be happy attacking the Tazim Raptor and Angel of Destiny both next turn. I don't really care about this. I can totally hold off this 4-5 eventually. Or just take 4. Yeah, I guess he's going to try to attack with the C4 Stalker now. To kind of slow me down. Do I want double block? Not really. I guess we'll just take it here. And then we can eventually still grow the Cleric out of this 4-5's range. And gain a bunch of life in the meantime to stabilize, so. I mean, this is a lot of damage. Oh, man. Yeah, maybe I should be concerned here. Yep. Guess I'll take 11, but I should still be okay. Or I can find a way to interact with the C4 Stalker. Like this Deadly Alliance. But yeah, I don't mind just moving the attacks with this 2-6. Or I should have stayed back with it, I don't know. But this does grow the Cleric, so I think I'm fine with this result. I only have 5 mana open, so. I guess I could have also played a 3-drop here and then still keep up Deadly Alliance, so okay, let's just do that instead. Well, I guess this becomes a 6-5-2. Yeah, let's just Deadly Alliance to 2-3 now before it becomes a nuisance. And I can still afford to take 7. This is a 5-6, but I can still deal with it maybe. Yeah, I'll take 5. I can have a good double block on the 7-5 if nothing happens. Do I double block? Yeah, I think I double block. This is a little bit too much. Or I can just take it and trade for the 2/2. Yeah, this is a little bit too much. Yeah, I think we just block like this. And then I can still pump the team. Do I need a Tazim Raptor though? Let's just attack first. Yeah, at this rate, I don't think he can kill me, so... Yeah, let's just play out the land. Say go. Thank God he uses low Mage's domination already, and he didn't use on my Angel of Destiny. Otherwise, that would have been a problem. I guess I might be fine just training the Raptor for the 3/3 and just attack with both next turn. Journey, seriously? Okay. Over the Cleric, okay, so I guess he just wants to keep this going. I'll take 5, I guess. Since now I think he knows that none of us can win the game if I keep attacking with the Angel of Destiny. Yeah, no blocks. I don't know if he can kill me from 21 life, but this 6/7 is pretty annoying. I don't know what I'm doing here. Let's just guess I'm taking 9. Okay, I can eventually activate this twice, so let's just go for it here. How much mana do I have? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I guess I still don't have enough. I might as well just activate it once. Opponent's concerned that I could activate this multiple times, but we're still gonna do this. Since this isn't gonna block the 6/7, I think it's just fine just attacking here. Okay, this is annoying. Guess I'll just take 9 again, and he could just play another creature. Expedition Healer, pretty annoying still. Right, Malachor Blood Priest is nice, so I can still play land. I can play the Blood Priest to trade for the 3/2. And I guess I'm still fine attacking the Angel of Destiny and pumping. Sure, I guess I won't use the pump, since, I could, block the 2/2 here and kill it for free, if I keep up the pump. 5, 6, so one more land and I can pump twice, and I can start attacking the Tazim Raptor and get in for a huge life gain hit. I just have to hope he doesn't top deck anything amazing. Maul, okay, that's going to be a bit of a problem, especially if it has first strike and flying. So I guess now this has double strike. Yeah, I think I just drew this game. I don't know what I was thinking here. I guess I'll take 8 and chump block the 6/7. Yeah, this is a lot of life. Or I can set up some sort of double block and kill this. It's not going to be very good. So I guess I'll be taking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I guess I'll still be alive, so I guess I'll take it. Yeah, I think I messed up this game. Maybe I have to keep the 2-6 back now to play defense. The Maul's a broken card. Yeah, this game wasn't. I played this game a little bit bad. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe the Angel wasn't a right play, since now I'm unable to win the game unless I find a removal spell, perhaps. So maybe I need like a Journey to Oblivion off the top to deal with this Maul of the Skyclaves, or onto Inversion to blow up the board. So we'll see. Okay, there's our Journey. Okay, I think I need to deal with the Maul here. Otherwise, I don't think we can win, so... Yeah, let's get rid of this Maul. Otherwise, it's going to be a huge problem, and guess I can just stay back here and not attack, and wait until I get my second land drop. Since now I can still hold off the Prowling Felidar, gain some life, and this is going to be 7 toughness. Unless he plays a land here, that's going to be a problem. I guess I'll block here and hopefully he doesn't have extra damage to kill me. Kill the Angel. I guess he could. Yeah, let's just take 6. He could have a practice tactics. I don't know, this is a bit of a free roll for him, but I think I do it here. If he has practice tactics, I just lose, but this allows me to at least like prevent 6 for the turn. So hopefully no damage here, but he probably doesn't because I think he would have used it during combat. Utility Knife, I guess you should have played that first. And now I guess he has a double striking Prowling Felidar, so that's gonna be a problem. So I have to chump this matchup probably. Yeah, I guess I'll chump the Prowling Felidar. Gloom Hunter isn't bad. Yeah, I wish I had 10 mana to activate this. So I think I'm just gonna attack with the Angel of Destiny here. Probably not gonna block, and I can chump the 7/8 and kick the Ghastly Gloom Hunter. Because I just want to gain life here and not die. And now I can just chump the Prowling Felidar and still be fine. Since this is going to gain double strike, is going to be a problem. So I might need to find an answer for this. I don't know what I still have in the deck. Maybe Smite the Monstrous. So if I can top deck Smite the Monstrous and kill Prowling Felidar, that's good news. If not, this game can just drag out for a really long time. Definitely going to chump here. I don't see a reason not to. So if I top deck a land, I can pump twice. How much damage am I dealing next turn? 4, this is 5, so that's 9. Ooh, smites, okay, perfect. Yep, let's just get in there. So happy that I top decked this. And hopefully he doesn't have anything. He doesn't, so now I can easily close out the game. Let's just move to combat. Guess I'm fine attacking the Tazim Raptor. And hopefully he doesn't have anything here. Into the Royal, that's pretty annoying, okay. Please nothing. Come on, give me a fucking break. Okay, at least he's trading, so it's not the end of the world. But I think I'm still ahead in life that I don't have to worry here, since I should be able to survive an attack even with the utility knife. I guess this can only give warriors double strike, so it's not going to amount to much. You can attack for 3, gain 3, but I had this Angel of Destiny to kind of close out the game, I think. So, yeah, this match is pretty close. Guess I'll just take 3 here, or take 6 with the Cunning Geyser Mage. Yeah, I guess I'll take 6. So opponent's also making it harder for me to get to 35. Okay, so he's gonna start drawing cards now with the damn rogues. That's pretty annoying. Yeah, this game is close. Darn. Maybe I have to keep everything back. He's just gonna draw cards off. There's a Surefoot Infiltrator though, which I don't really like, but I think I have to stay back here, or maybe I just attack. I don't know. Yeah, let's just stay back. Just need the extra blocker against his 3/3 in case he decides to alpha. But he's just gonna start drawing cards with a Surefoot Infiltrator and getting in for 2 per turn. Hopefully I can close out by double pumping the Sea Gates, or at least just, yeah, this is annoying. Yeah, so he draws 2 cards per turn. So maybe this just comes down to decking. And if I can gain a bunch of life and stay ahead, and he decks himself, we win. But he's bound to find an answer for this Angel of Destiny, because I can't imagine a blue-white deck without, like, Capture Sphere. I mean, Bubble Snare, or, like, the, Smite the Monstrous here. So, yeah, this isn't going to do much. I guess I can still play it. But yeah, let's just move to combat, I think. And hopefully we can get enough life to stabilize here. Alright, hopefully nothing happens. Gotta pray. But it's highly likely that he has something, since he is pausing for a long time, so. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're just gonna get a bunch of life. That's good, so don't have to worry too much here. I'll be taking 2 per turn. Eventually I can get to 35, hopefully. And I might as well just play this, since it's not going to do anything anyways, so. And he needs to stack one of his party members. Guess he could just stack one of his clerics here. So then he still has the Nimble Trap Finder enabled. I don't know. Drana would be great, since she can start getting me creatures back from the graveyard, so. I don't know. I mean, probably I can still stay alive, but the opponent's just going to gain too much card advantage here. And deal enough damage where I can't get to 35 quickly enough. Yeah, he's just going to draw too many cards, but I actually don't mind him decking himself, but with 11 cards, it's highly likely that he can just find answers to this Angel of Destiny eventually, so. Okay, he's just offering to trade. I guess I'll attack the 2-1. I guess he can tap it while attacking. I guess it's unblockable, so I guess he's just going to try to deal as much damage as possible, so I don't get to 35. Makes sense. He can tap the Thieving Skydiver now, okay. So I can't block anything, he's just going to gain a bunch of cards. And he probably has a million answers here to deal with my Angel of Destiny Archpriest, okay. So I probably need to find Undoing version to win the game. Umara Wizard, okay, even that. Yeah, so I guess this is a game plan where I just need to kind of wipe the board, and hopefully I can survive long enough. Okay, yep, I do need to find a board wipe, but I guess I can pump twice now. So I guess that's not a bad plan. Do I keep everyone back? I mean, he's just going to keep granting evasion and kill me here. So I'm not sure. If I can pump twice and make this into 8 power and then this into 5 power, I guess I'll be gaining 8 plus 5, 13 lives. So I don't know if he can kill me from 30 out of nowhere, so I think I go for it. And I can still use the 3/3 to chump. Yeah, I'm not too scared of him drawing a million cards, so I think I'm going to go for it here. I guess this is 35. Okay, never mind. Wow, that was really sweet. The extra land just won us the game. Yep, opponent managed to stall me out for a long time, but we still managed to get there. That game was definitely long and grindy. Almost thought he got it there for a second, but I needed a couple of top decks like Smite the Monstrous and the enchantment-based removal to deal with the Maul of the Skyclave. Otherwise, I think we would have just lost. But close match, definitely. All right, currently 4-0. Let's keep this up. Okay, well, we have the Cleric on 2. Yeah, let's try it. It seems like a good curve. I'm not going to play the Kite Sail Cleric since it can enable the Cleric of Lifespawn, or we can use it as a tap trick to get in some damage. So, this looks like a very good hand. Definitely happy seeing this. And then we can go Cleric into Angel Heart Protector. And we're also on the play, so it's less likely he has removal right away, so quite happy with this. And then we can get in for 3 damage guaranteed next turn, unless he wants to chump. Okay, I can definitely attack past this now with the Cleric of Angel Heart Protector, so... and the Angel Heart Protector can start attacking past the Cleric as well, since it's a 3/2. So already getting in for 3. If he plays another creature, we can tap the Kite. We can kick the Kite Sail Cleric and hold him off. So this looks like a good turn to kick the Kite Sail. Alternatively, I can Blood Price, but yeah, I think this is a really perfect turn to do it here. Just to get in damage while we can, and then use the you get value from the Kite Sail Cleric. Opponents are already down to 10, so this is good. Stonework Pack Beast. So another blue-white party deck. Tazim Raptor isn't going to do anything here. I think I just Blood Price and hopefully find a swamp off the top, like right here. And I think I like the Marauding Blight Priest since it's another Cleric. And then I can play out the swamp, get in for 1, stay back. This Cleric can still hold off this 4/4, so it's not going to be that impressive. Roost of Drakes, okay, so he can start kicking and making flyers. But he is stuck on mana here. So let's see, what can I do here? Prowling Feldar can be pretty decent. But maybe it's just better to play the Marauding Blight Priest here to ping the opponent here and then grow the Cleric at the same time while we can. And then we can slowly chip at him even though he might just kick a Roost of Drakes. Question is, no, I probably don't attack the cleric because he still has a decent double block on it. So Surefoot Infiltrator, not really kicked. So land is good. So I could play Prowling Feldar into land, or just Drana. Maybe Drana is just better since I do need another. I don't mind another flying wind condition here. He's holding up priority since he can use a Surefoot Infiltrator to tap the Stonework Beast. But this is nice, we're constantly draining him, growing the Cleric, and then we're attacking him for 1 in the air. And unless he has a way to deal with Drana next turn, I think we win. And if not, we can still keep playing Clerics and draining him every single turn, so this is good. Okay, I think he needs to draw cards here, so he's gonna sneak in for 2. Makes sense. And then we can play out the Prowling Feldar. I don't understand why people even play this. This card is not playable. I don't understand. So he's forced to chump the 4/4 here. Unfortunately, this isn't a Cleric, so I think this turn we just play out the Prowling Feldar main phase. He has one... I guess he has 1 mana here, so he could have like the -4/-0. But either way, even if he has it and he decides to trade off the 1/1 for his 1/1 and hold off my Drana, it's not going to do anything. So now what? I guess this turn I can attack with the Expedition Healer and the Angel Heart here, and we're still good. I could also attack with a Cleric, but he's probably going to put the 1/3 in front of it anyway, so this is fine. And also the life gain here allows me to drain him, and also allows me to grow my Cleric, so I think I'm fine with him. I guess this is Vigilance, so it doesn't tap. So I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, it was a profitable block for him anyways. But we're still draining the opponent per turn, so I highly doubt the opponent can beat me here unless he has a board wipe, which he needs double white for in white, so that's good. And I can also bring back the Angel Heart Protector next turn when I attack with Drana, so I get another trigger with the life gain going. So yeah, probably not going to win this. Opponent's probably definitely not going to win this, I don't think. He's too far behind. I have a better board. I have multiple win conditions. I guess he could kill my 1/1 and then maybe bounce Drana. So, but yeah, the 7/7 he's not going to deal with at all. I just have too many ways to gain life that I'm eventually just drain him out. So. Okay, well we made back most of our gems, so this might just be an easy 7 wins. But so far we won every single match. I think the hardest opponent was that blue-white opponent with the that managed to stall me out with double Living Tempest and the Maul of the Skyclaves. But everything else seemed to have been pretty straightforward. 1 drop, 2 drop, drain the opponent, but overall the card quality of this pool was pretty high anyway, so I can't complain. Or Alright, opening hand. Well, we do have a Malachor Blood Priest on 2, and then once we get a land drop, we can just curve out, so I don't hate this. But yeah, I mean, Clerics of Life Spawn is obviously broken on 2, but it's still a keepable hand, so we'll try it. And if we get the Cleric, that will be pretty insane, since we can Cleric and then play out the Blight Priest, but we'll just lead with 2-1. He could Subtle Strike this end of turn, but he won't gain value, so this is fine. Skyclave Geopede, I guess I'll Subtle Strike that now, since it's going to grow out of hand. Yeah, I'm not going to take any risk. I think I'm just going to do it now, before it just becomes completely insane. So, Subtle Strike, another great excellent common that overperforms in this set. Since there's a decent amount of 1 toughness creatures, that can be really annoying. Next turn, I'll just curve out with the Legion Angel. Inscription, okay. That could have answered my Angel of Destiny, but we're just going to play out a Legion Angel here. And we'll decide whether or not I want to cast an Angel of Destiny next turn. Or just win through damage alone. I mean, because Black-Red doesn't really have any... Okay, he's just going to feed the Swarm, so he's going to go down to a pretty low life total. So I don't even know if I want to play the Angel of Destiny, but then what am I going to do on turn 5? I guess Drana is pretty insane on turn 5. Maybe I still bait out the Angel of Destiny since it's a less valuable card. But yeah, Drana can definitely get back a lot of stuff. Let's just bait out the Angel of Destiny. If he kills it, that's fine, since I'd rather have this die than the Drana, so let's have him use the Deadly Alliance here if he can. But the opponent does have solid removal and does seem to have a pretty decent deck. Expedition Champion is a sign that he's has some warriors going on. So Black-Red aggro party theme with some warrior synergies, seems like. I'm just going to attack next turn and see what's up, because I'm hoping he kills this, so then he runs out removal, and then Drana will be able to kill it here. I could use Deadly Alliance, but yeah, I guess we just attack, and then we just play out Drana here. And, you know, we should be able to have enough life that he's not going to kill us from 7 power here, so yeah, this is going to be interesting. I'm hoping Drana survives, so I can start generating and bringing back my creatures from the graveyard. It's going to take 5 here. Hopefully he doesn't have a removal spell. Opponent's contemplating whether or not he should kill Drana or an Angel, I think, here, and hopefully he doesn't kill Drana. That's all I'm hoping. I think the better target for him to kill is Drana, because with the Angel of Destiny, he won't be able to die, so definitely not blocking. Okay, Acquisitions Expert. He can have my Angel Heart Protector here. So it's X equals 2. I guess he can have the Marauding Blight Priest, because I'd rather have the removal spell. And I think he wants to get rid of Blight Priest. But either way, I can just return them from the graveyard, so I don't think that even matters. At the very least, in Blood Price, okay. So I guess I'm fine just playing out the Angel Heart or attacking with both. Alright, yeah, let's just cast the Angel Heart, why not? I don't think it really matters here. And then we'll just attack with both. And then the opponent will still stay on at 10, which is a good thing about Angel. So I guess the great thing about Angel is if you're facing against an opponent with a damage-based removal, the opponent will still stay at the same life total, and you're still getting ahead and gaining life, so that's quite good. And then, do I play out land? I guess I do, since... No, I'll save the land in case I top deck another land and he has a Mind Rot, and I can discard 2 lands anyways. I can't even cast a Deadly Alliance here, so I'm gonna keep the land in hand. Okay, so he's just using this to stabilize. Doesn't really matter, I think. I guess he's just trying to prevent me from getting the 35. Yeah, I guess he realized there's not much you can do. So sometimes you just have these seal pools which are just completely broken, everything synergizes well, and you get everything. So I might do another sealed video where I don't have an example of that, but so it takes a lot more skill to build the sealed deck. But overall, draft is still where it's at. I think definitely draft is the more skill intensive limited format, since your color or archetype might not necessarily be open. And usually usually not having a single card in your deck can definitely matter. So yep, 6-0. Let's just fire off the final round. I think we just did a deck overview in the beginning of this video, so I'm not going to waste any time. Okay, well, this opening hand isn't as amazing as our other hands, but we're on the draw. Maybe we can get a 2 or 3 drop and we're fine. Subtle Strike and deal with an early 1 toughness creature. So, yep, let's try it here. And now we got 2 drop off the top, so that's great. Ooh, Subtle Strike. I can use it now, but I think we can get greedy next turn and put it on the Expedition Healer. So I'm fine taking 3. And then I guess I can take 3 if he plays another creature. I can attack. Like, the dream start would be I take 3 here. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can just use Subtle Strike now before this gains a counter. Yeah, I guess I don't mind just main phasing this. And the question is, do I trade? No, I don't think I need to trade. I can still take 3 here, play out Prowling Feldar, eventually grow it. And then I can eventually get the Angel of Destiny to give this lifelink, so I'm fine just taking 3 and I'm fine swinging back. Although, protecting my life total could be important for the Angel of Destiny here. Okay, Aura, I'm definitely killing this, for sure. So what can I do this turn? If I attack with the 3/3, he's just going to essentially trade for it. I could also just take 3 from the Aura next turn. So maybe I just kill it. It can be pretty bad for me if I don't. Huh. Or I can just keep up Deadly Alliance. I'll keep up Deadly Alliance. And then put the 3/3 in front of the 3/3 here if he wants to. If he tries to use a trick, I'll just Deadly Alliance at instant speed to maybe blow him out. But he does have a free attack with the Pair Tactician, which I can just take, and end of turn I can use Deadly Alliance on this lifelinker. So. But if he attacks with this Aura, it's a sign that he could have a trick, and I can definitely blow him out here if he uses, like, for example, Subtle Strike. So. We'll see here. I'm fine losing value with the Prowling Feldar, which I could have played on turn 4, and then played land into Angel of Destiny just to have this option, I think. I'm hoping he attacks with Aura. Definitely going to trade here. Yeah, I'm going to block, and if he has a trick, I'll blow him out. Alright, he's just going to trade. Could have like a reanimation spell or something, so I guess I don't have access to Deadly Alliance, which I'm fine with. Archpriest, okay. Guess Prowling Felder is fine. I can take 4, and if he kills it, then I'll just play out Angel. This plays a better round than removal, and I'm fine taking a little bit of damage for now, since Angel is just a better blocker, anyways, and a better creature to keep alive. So, I guess this is gonna grow too. Yeah, I guess I'll take 8. Gonna Blood Price. Hopefully, he doesn't find a removal spell. That would suck. So do I just play land into Deadly Alliance here? Could be the right play, because it's highly likely he found a removal spell off the top. So I could just play Cleric here, and then I can play land and then keep up Deadly Alliance. Maybe that's just better, and I can still attack for 5. I think that's just better here, so I can still protect my Angel, or maybe even cast it next turn. I'm definitely going to fire off the Deadly Alliance this turn if I can. I think he has removal, if I'm not mistaken. Relic Axe, okay. Okay, I'm going to allow him to move to combat, so then he won't be able to, so then I can cast this pre-combat, and hopefully he doesn't have like a Shajiri Shelter here. Yeah, let's kill it, so then the Paratactician doesn't grow, and then he misses his attack step here. So this is right. Next turn I'm definitely playing out Angel, unless I get something off the top. Cliff-Having Kitesail, nothing exciting. Alright, so I guess we'll just play land. No good attacks, because if I do, I guess I'm fine if he double blocks here, and I lose the Prowling Feldar. Since he's just going to lose 2 creatures here, yeah, I can't really afford to double block. I guess he can put the 3/1 and 2/2 is not going to do it, so I guess I can kill the Paratactician and like the Priest or the 3/1. So this is quite nice for me. Actually, I should have maybe played out Angel of Destiny first to gain some life. I don't know. Usually the correct play is to attack main phase and play your spell second main, but I don't know. Maybe this was incorrect. Since I could have maybe gained life to stay alive if he decides to maybe kill 2 of my creatures, but yeah, I'll just play out Angel here. I guess I'd still get Lifegain trigger here. So I don't know, it was probably not correct second maining this, since I could have gotten at least 5 more life. But I don't know here. It's kind of complicated sometimes. So the correct play might have been to main phase the Angel of Destiny, get in for 5, so I could be at 15. Because now the game plan is to get to 35 life at the very least. So, unless he kills my Angel. If he does kill my Angel here, I still have the 5/6 that can be a pretty scary ground attacker. That's hard for him to deal with. Okay, the question is, do I block this? That's a strange attack, the Cliff-Having Kitesail attacking. I guess he just wants to grow the Paratactician here. Guess I'm fine to trade if I want to, and then this can first strike and kill the 3/1. Because this is going to be a nuisance later on, so we'll go for it. So I guess he had nothing, but if he had a single Star Strike, that would have been really annoying, but Yeah, I guess he doesn't have removal. Maybe Nahiri's Binding can be pretty annoying here. Okay, not even Nahiri's Binding, just a creature to gain life with. And I can still attack with the Cleric of Lightspawn, so that's even worse. And I can stabilize here. Even if he has, like, I don't know, like a Parrot Tactics here. And then I should be able to get to 35, I think, unless he has the enchantment-based removal again, or some sort of removal. But even then, I gain a bunch of life. I'm ahead in the race. And then I think Drana might be his main target, since I can just bring stuff back. So even if he kills Angel, he still needs to deal with Drana, because Drana can just get back Angel eventually. So I think this is good. We should be able to win this, I think. Okay, makes sense. It doesn't matter if he loses life, because he's just going to stay alive, but yeah, I think he needs to make sure I don't get to 35 life. So that's the reason why he's attacking, and then now we can just attack with both. And then the Cleric will also grow, since first strike damage happens first. And I can play out the Tazim Raptor as another evasive threat. Bounce back a land in case I pick up another Prowling Felidar, okay? And just pass the turn and hold on to both of my lands to enable landfall whenever I need it. Alright, yeah, there's no way I don't think he was going to win this anyway, so... Yep, sometimes you just get handed a golden platter, and then you just get everything in a sealed pool, and that's how you do a sealed pool. You just look up, separate your colors into individual piles, determine the power level of your color and what secondary color it fits the best with, and then you try to piece together the puzzles with each other. I don't know. This steel pool was just really straightforward, so it wasn't really even a challenge, to be honest. It was more of a challenge of me trying to explain it than actually building it. But there you go. 7-win, 7-0 sealed pool, and maybe we can just focus on drafts in the future instead, since that's a lot more challenging. And let's claim our prize. And then let's pretend we're drafting some more Zendikar Rising this time. Okay, pack 1, pick 1, Zendikar Rising. What do we have to find? Pleasure of Opening. Inscription definitely over Clerics because it's single color, and then this card is just incredibly powerful. It has a nice flexibility, even if you don't kick it, to put the opponent behind by bouncing 2 creatures, or bouncing your own to re-trigger ETB effects. Scry 2, draw 2 at 4 mana, it's quite great, and then I guess if you have a lot of cards in your hand, you can just make a giant token. So that's great, and if you can kick this, it just becomes insane. For 8 mana, you imagine just having all these abilities in one turn. That's crazy. If this wasn't this pack, easy Cleric of Lightspawn, since it's a really powerful Lifegain payoff card. But yeah, easy Inscription. Solemnity, not a big fan of it, but I'll still play it in any blue deck if I can. But the fact that I can't find creatures or enchantments can be a bit of an issue. Probably just take an Into the Royal. I mean, I guess Deadly Alliance is better than Into the Royal usually, but they're both close. They both have the contention, the contest for the best common in this set. I think I'm still leaning towards the Destroy effect, since it's better to kill a creature than usually bouncing it back. Because some creatures you don't really want to bounce back because they just have a good enter the battlefield effects, but Into Royal is very efficient. It's cheap, and then it just does so much in the set. But Deadly Alliance can be either 3 or 4 mana, and kill something at instant speed is great. Looking at the uncommons, Valakut Exploration can be a nice value engine for a red aggressive deck that doesn't even focus on. You don't even have to focus on landfall that much. Just converting your lands into an extra card draw can be quite nice. And then Thundering Spark Mage, best in the black-red party deck. Still decent in the blue-red Wizards deck, but best in black-red party since you do want to usually cast this for X equals 3, since 2 is usually not that reliable. And then with the last pack, yeah, easy Mary Captain, Seagate Restoration's fine, but usually there's enough card draw in blue that you don't care. But yeah, definitely a card that I'm happy to have in a blue deck, but I'll take a Mary Captain any day over it. And then Hornbeetle's fine, so there you have it. Nice sealed video, and stay tuned for more content, and have a great